So yesterday was a very important day in terms of India, in terms of stock market, or in terms of any people in India, because yesterday was a union budget, and in yesterday's union budget you will end up, they have given some good benefits, like that is what they say. The people say they have reduced the taxation, that and this. I will tell you, you will end up paying more tax if you follow what they have told yesterday. Madam is very good at bluffing, and that is what she has done yesterday. And in terms of chart, we'll also talk what is going to happen in terms of chart as an option trader, as a trader. What is going to happen next, we will talk briefly, but I have prepared a presentation, full presentation for you, so that you will understand what is the new tax regime, how you will end up paying more than what you are paying now. Now what they have done here is they have reduced the tax. They have told till 12 lakhs you don't have to pay any taxation, or let's say you don't have to pay any tax or anything whatsoever. But there are lots of ifs and buts in this one. You have to understand, this is all whatever they told in yesterday's video, or yesterday's budget is for new tax regime, not for old tax regime. When you compute a new tax regime, you will end up paying more than what you are paying now, or let's say what you have paid, right? Let me explain. I have done a comprehensive research. That's why we have took time. Actually, this video should have been posted yesterday, but we didn't post. Now we are posting because we have done a new research. Now, who is the most benefit? And we'll also talk about the market, what might happen to the market, why it is, what will happen, whether it will go on the higher side or whether it will go on the downside. Everything, everything we will discuss. Now, who benefits the most? Middle class earner. If your earning is around from 12 lakhs, let's say you are earning from between 7 lakhs to 12 lakhs, no tax on income up to 12 lakhs. In the new regime, you have to understand this new regime. I will tell you why it is new regime, why we have put this. Example, a salaried person earning 10 lakh will pay zero tax after deduction. Impact more disposable income for spending or investment. Okay, that is agreed. Whatever they have told is agreed. Then point 2, people who don't use many deduction. Why? The new regime removes most exemptions like ATC and ATD. Now, what is if you know what is old regime and the new regime, before 2020 there was only one taxation policy, which was old regime. Now after 2020 budget, union budget, madam came out with a new taxation regime, or let's say new taxation policy. In that new taxation policy, there is no deduction, there is no any type of deduction, no matter what you have done, whether you are having FD, whether you are having health insurance, whether you are having a term plan, no deduction at all in the new regime. And this applies, this whatever I am saying now applies to new regime, not old regime. So that's why I am saying you will end up paying more, right? Higher standard deduction is at around 75,000. Salary taxpayers get automatic saving. Earlier standard deduction was 50,000, now 70,000. Okay, that we don't have to care about. Now let us say, for example, you are having a salary of, let's say, around 13 lakhs. Now let us say if you are having a FD deposit, let's say you are having 5 lakhs FD deposit. Now that will not be computed. You have to go to the old regime only. So in the new regime, you will not be able to file this FD and all. If you file this FD in the new regime, you will end up paying heavy taxes. So you will have to go to the old regime. Okay. Now we will explain. We'll go to the second one. Who might lose out, right? That is a main question. Higher tax slab, income about 24 lakhs. Let's say you are paying more than 20 lakhs. You are drawing a salary, or you are taking a salary of 24 lakhs or 25 lakhs. It is taxed at 30%. Old regimes allows deduction. This is very important. HRA. your housing rent allowance, home loan, etc., which can reduce tax income. This is the main thing here. If you use many deductions, the old regime might be better. People who heavily invest in tax saving scheme, for 1.5 lakh deduction under ATC, if you are having a public provident fund, EPF, ELS, policies, etc. 500 deduction under 80D, health insurance. 2 lakh deduction under home loan interest. If you are having a home loan, if you have bought a flat for around, let's say, 50 lakhs rupees, that can be deducted. HRA, house rent allowance, that can be deducted. This and all cannot be deducted in this new regime which they have told yesterday. So that is why I am saying you will end up paying more tax if you follow what they have told yesterday. Okay, now let us say, for example, now under the new taxation policy, now if your income is from around 0 to 4 lakh, no tax. Let's say your income is exceeding 12 lakh rupees. Okay, your income is exceeding 12 lakh rupees and your exceeding 12 lakh rupees and your income is from 0 to 4 lakh, no tax you have to pay. From 4 lakhs to 8 lakh, 5% you have to pay. From 8 lakhs to 12 lakhs, 10% you have to pay. From 12 lakhs to 16 lakh, 15% you have to pay. And from 16 lakh to 20 lakh, you have to pay around 20%. And from 20 lakhs to 24 lakhs, you have to pay 25%. Above 24 lakhs, it is around 30%. So we have done an example here. Let's say, for example, your salary, you are taking a salary of around 13 lakh rupees. After standard deduction of around 75,000, taxable income is around how much? 12 lakh 25,000. So as per the new tax regime, you will have to pay 0 to 4 lakh, no tax. 4 lakh to 8 lakh, 20,000. 8 lakh to 12 lakh 40,000, 12 lakh to 12.25 lakh 3,700. So total tax payable is around 63,750. Assuming you have no deduction, right? There is no deduction at all. No deduction means you can go for this new tax regime. Now let's say, for example, you are not drawing a salary of 13 lakhs. You are getting a salary of 7.5 lakhs. So 0 to 4 lakh, no tax. 4 lakh to 7.5 lakh, 17,000. You will pay a tax of around 17,500. This is all in new regime, no deduction at all, irrespective of whether you are having health insurance, irrespective of whether you are having FD or HRA or home loan, nothing, no deduction at all. Now let us go to the old regime. Now let us say you are getting a salary of around how much? Let's say 13 lakhs, same example, we'll use the same example. 13 lakhs, you are getting a salary of how much? Around 13 lakhs. In this 13 lakh, there is a standard deduction of around 75,000. You are having public provident fund contribution, that is 1.5 lakh. Then ELS investment, you have done some investment, that is 1.5 lakhs. Health insurance, you are having around 50,000. HRA exemption is around 2 lakhs. Home loan interest deduction is around how much? 2 lakhs. So after I minus all this, total deduction is around how much? 7 lakh 25,000 only. Okay. Now what we will do? We will go to the next slide. Now let us say your gross salary is around 13 lakhs. Okay. Total deduction, in our previous slide we saw total deduction is around 7 lakh 25,000. Taxable income after deduction is only 8 lakhs. So instead of paying tax for around 13 lakhs, now you pay only tax for 8 lakhs. So how much? What will happen is your taxation will be very, very low. So new tax regime, you are paying total income tax is how much? Since there is no deduction, you will be liable to pay tax for around 12,25,000, which works out to be around 63,750. Old tax regime, you have to pay for only 8 lakhs. which will work out to be around 17,500. You see the difference between 63,750 and 17,500. So the old tax regime is better. If you follow the new tax regime, you will end up paying more taxes. Whereas if you follow the old regime, you will end up paying low taxes. Now the question is, do you think people are not having FD, fixed deposit, ELS scheme, PPF scheme, home loan, nothing, they don't have anything, right? Most of the people, 90% of the people, you go to Chennai, you go to Bangalore, you go to Bombay, you go to Delhi. So how many people have bought flat? Do you think they buy flat in cash, ready cash? They would have gone to a bank, they would have taken some loan, or let's say if they are buying a car, they would have taken a loan, or let's say example, anything, any house or plant, they would have taken a loan. Who is having ready cash to pay upfront and take this? So that's why we are saying this is a bluff. Whatever madam yesterday came out and told is a complete bluff. And there is if you go with the new regime, you will end up paying more tax. I myself is in the old regime only. We are not going to new regime. If you go to your auditor, go and tell him we want taxation in the new regime, not the old regime. And that is going to not a new regime. You want taxation in the old regime, so that you can add your taxation, ATC, ATD, health insurance, HRA, home rent allowance or home loan interest. Every deduction you can do in the old regime, but in the new regime you cannot do any deduction, and you will end up paying money. If you don't have any business, or if you don't have anything, which is impossible, how people will see you tell me you are just getting a salary, you don't have home loan, you don't have any kind of investment, you don't have any kind of fixed deposit, then you can go for old regime. Anyway, you will end up paying taxes. You go and ask your auditor, he will tell you to go for the old regime. So this is the perspective of the market. This is the taxation, or this is what madam has done yesterday. Now coming back to our markets, whether the market is going to react, how the market is going to react is the main question. As an option trader, as a market participant, we need to know what is going to happen tomorrow. Now let us say, for example, if you go to the chart and see what happened yesterday, there was a huge red candle, right? If you see this one, this chart, if you can see this one, you can see a huge red candle where market came from around 23,600 to almost 23,400, a drop of around 200 points. So why this happened? You have to understand why this happened. Now madam came out and told fiscal deficit or physical deficit, whatever. I'm not educated in Oxford, okay, so don't get me wrong. So physical deficit, what she told, is going to come from around how much? 4.8% to around 4.4%. So this is very important. Why how they are going to bring the physical deficit? You have to understand what is physical deficit. Let us say if a government's revenue is around 1 lakh, let's say 1 lakh, around 1 lakh crores per year, income is around 1 lakh crores, but its expenditure is 1.25 lakh crores, means this difference of 25 lakh crores is the deficit, physical deficit. So what it has to do to bring it down from 4.8 to around 4, it has to increase the tax, right? It has to increase the tax for all the things. So in terms of India, there is direct tax and indirect tax. Madam talked about direct tax yesterday, which was also a bluff. Now indirect tax, GST is an indirect tax, custom duty is also a direct tax, indirect tax, GST, STT and so on and so forth are all indirect tax. Now madam has talked about direct tax. She will come out, now GST council meeting is going to happen. every month, and madam will tell they will increase or they will bring products from 18% GST to 28% GST. That is the only way you will reduce the physical deficit. Otherwise, there is no other way. So madam has told that polishly she has told that she is decreasing the direct taxes, which is not going to happen, which is also a bluff. Now they will go and increase the indirect tax, which is going to be GST or STT, or they may introduce new types of cess or whatsoever. We really don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And if you are not aware, even the LTCG, LTCG for FIAs have been increased to around 12.5%. So this is also a bad news. Actually, I also didn't know this. One of our members in our Telegram group posted. If you are not part of our Telegram group, you can join our Telegram group. I will leave the link in the description below. Now, coming back to the markets, now what might happen? There is every possibility that the market may come back to around 23,200. 23,200 is a good support, or it is where the orders, there is a huge order block at around 23,000. You can see here there is a huge order block at around this area is a order block where there are huge orders, or FIs are having huge orders at around 23,200, or let's say even 23,100 levels. So there is every possibility that the market may come to 23,200, or let's say 23,100. Let's say, for example, there is a positive news. There is no positive news, and you know what is happening over the weekend. As I talked to you, Donald Trump has that is one more mad guy. He came out yesterday. He is telling 25% tax on Canada and Mexico. He is putting 25% and 10% for China. 10% for China. So we don't know what he is going to do in terms of India. So there is every possibility that the market may come on the downside, which is around 23,200 or 23,100. Let us say there is a positive news. Okay, what might happen? This block order, which was done by FIIs at around, they have done it previously itself. That is, before 2 or 3 days itself, they have done a block order. And if the market has to go on the higher side, there has to be a big green candle which will take the market on the higher side with good volume. If there is no volume and the market is going on the higher side, you are seeing a big green candle, then you can assume this is a fake breakout. This is a fake breakout. There is every possibility after that the market may come on the downside. So we expect the range of around 23,600 to 23,100 for this week. I've talked too much already. I'll end this video here. I'll see you in yet another video. Till then, take care. Bye.